How you do, manners respect? How you do, manners respect? Yeah, people, it's cold outside, but it's warm in here. Yeah, it's really people. We tell us that sometimes I'm not big for the heat, and trust me, it's still cold, people. And tell us in Canada, winter come all in a winter come in a April. I mean, summer come in, spring come in a April. Not March, cause March it cold outside. See me, I can barely see any blossom or anything. And my tomato sucker them ready for go road, Trust me. I actually put out couple. We actually put out couple from couple days now just to see what's gonna happen with them. Cause again, tomato is tough, so I am just testing out the waters. Happy birth month to all the Mr. Yellow, all the Miss Yellows. Hope you guys are having a wonderful month. Big up on yourself. And you can always share on a cake, on a birthday cake. People, I tell you, say, every time I come, there's so much avenues I can look at. Um, I tell you, say, it's not about sensational or headline news. It's about understanding. Because everybody had a headline, but nobody's getting to the detail or nothing, right? So, I did Tupac, I do the Black Panther, and just to see how true history, people. I don't know how comes the cake always slice pan food side, and we have to fight over the slice how we get. We don't get the cake. And them talk about you can't have the cake and eat it. Oh boy. I don't know people. The things that where people come up with for make we change the thought to a limitation thoughts. It's crazy. It just tell us sometimes me always ask enough question because I feel like say this not real sometimes. Coming like say we existence no matter to nobody. Serious. It never matter to we. For we existence. For we existence doesn't matter to us, much less to other people. You know see why we look upon it so. Because them people that we did fight for we, them people that want better, those people was hoping for better. Them did want to see the human race change. Them did want to see equal rights. Them want to see freedom in a sense. Stop and frisk on them something there. Just stop you and search you just because you're black. The things them we used to go through and still go through now because we don't pay attention to it. But I tell you something, I have to pay attention to it every day. I get a letter today and the people them a tell me, same crap. Because anytime them people are in a power, them don't care. This is how the whole system built for a long time. And what make it worse is we make it better, not for ourselves, but always for others. Anytime I look say we used to have stores, all of the stuff that we used to have in our community. I know we have to leave a community, go to other community, and people can talk to you a certain way, disrespect you a certain ways. It just hurt me to see how great we is and just get put in our box, as like say we can't come out of. Even though we ancestors them fight so much to come out of that box. People. So this lesson that we're this I know, cause you see the first of April, me say me do part one, part two, but me tell you say you can actually do a complete book on any topic, right? So and I said me did want to do a part three so early, but again it's what's out there, people. Now this is not sensationalism because them people are not trend and stuff like that. So this is one of the channel carrying a Lord biography. Carrying a Lord biography. And fear thing is the sacrifice of Angie Stone. Now I'm gonna tell you something, I just get introduced to this lady from the first of March. And I find out like at that match I show you, there's so much information on this lady that I was not aware of. But I said I heard her name before, right? But no details of who she is or what her accomplishment is. So when she passed off and then I hear people talk about her and everything, and it's like wow. Then I find out that she did the original song of Killing Me Softly, where Lauryn Hill and the Fugees them sing over, right? When I find out when I find out say she was the original singer of that, I said wow. But I'm telling you, say sometimes the people that's before them not get the credit that they're supposed to get for the job what them put in. As somebody after, right, reap the benefit of what they done before, right? So again, when I go through them things, I may understand certain things. It's like to connect the dot, or the dots are connecting themselves because they're connected already. It's just for us to say, okay, now I understand where this is coming from, where that is coming from, right? So and listen to this lady speak, right? I'm telling some people, it's like I was just saying, wow, 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 right? Because there's so much rich history of all of these people. What me tell you say it's readily available, but we don't reach out for it. So when I listen to her today, I said, okay, I have to continue, cause I can't say no, 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 no. I have other project I would love to highlight and stuff like that. But me tell you, say when the information comes, it's just for me to just add them to the collection. So this month now, like in 2 years, 3 years, me can go back to March and me can just stroll down March and see which part I was and see what I was talking about. So we're gonna make this lady cause she's very in depth. These people, I tell you, there's so much intelligent people out there, right? There is so much intelligent of us out there. They're just not being appreciated or loved. Every time I listen to this story, I say, wow. So as we proceed, people, again, me I get them copyright strike. Me never have the money for my channel, and me still I get strike. But them tell me say cause Because me not get no money, then it doesn't really matter, right? But then later on, me usually go delete the music them from the content them. I don't know how that work out, but again, that's what I've been doing for with two of them. Because I'm telling you, these things them worth highlighting. Them so interesting, refreshing, uplifting, and at least we're aware of certain situation, right? So we are gonna make the intelligent lady speak as we proceed.
And so sad. Everybody has been asking me to do a video on Angie Stone, and she is one that just was a soul in Hollywood that really got to learn the hard way that Hollywood is not what it's cracked up to be, and they will use you and discard you, and also really exposes the problematic nature of beauty standards and aesthetics in Hollywood because this woman was made to feel hideous, ugly, repulsive, and treated just, ugh, I can't even imagine being treated this way. We're going to get into the tragic life of Angie Stone. Was she a sacrifice? Who set her up? What is going on? This video is wild, okay? We're going to talk about it. But first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, Crane Allude, where we break down and deep dive the most iconic stars to history. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to do so. And if you're already subscribed, please turn on your notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video.
Okay, and at that me like. You see how she just, at that me like people. Now one big bag of bang and bang in and nice people. It's just, cool, calm. I'm like her voice, her narrative. She not shout and scream. Also, people, we know about how Hollywood is already. We know about, if nobody don't know how Hollywood is already, right? We not gonna know because it's been centuries and centuries and centuries of Ali weird. Always people talk no nothing good about them people that were in a them position there, right? So we don't know already. We don't know say stereotype them want the lightest as close to whitest as part. We well aware of them things as humans. We as a culture, we know them things already. We are aware of these things. It's time for we to change it. I'm gonna tell you, so it's not gonna be a change overnight. As we proceed, people.
Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. So, Angela Laverne Brown, better known as the Powerhouse Stone, burst onto the scene on December 18th, 1961, in Columbia, South Carolina. From a young age, she was enveloped in the rich sounds of gospel music, belting out hymns at the First Nazareth Baptist Church, and soaking up the electrifying atmosphere of concerts alongside her father, a member of a local gospel quartet. As the only child of a hardworking nurse and a cab driver, Stone spent her formative years in a tough Saxon Homes housing project. She wasn't just another kid on the block. She was a fierce cheerleader at C.A. Johnson High School, where she also shined academically and dominated on the basketball court. With her father's athletic genes, it was no surprise that she was a star player, earning multiple college basketball scholarships. Yet beneath that athletic exterior, her heart beat for music. Since childhood, she had been scribbling poetry, and in the privacy of her bedroom, she would transform into a soul diva, lip syncing to the likes of Aretha Franklin and Marvin Gaye, dreaming of a life in music. While on the cheerleading squad, she teamed up with friends Gwendolyn Chisholm and Cheryl Cook to craft their own cheers. What started as playful chants evolved into something more profound, leading them to form the hip hop group The Sequence. Stone's striking presence, complete with her iconic afro, set her apart from the crowd of urban artists obsessed with high fashion. I adored Pam Grier and Cleopatra Jones, she confessed to Rolling Stone. These were powerful, stunning, dark skinned women. Pam had the fierce confidence. I'm beautiful, but I'm tough as nails.
Yeah, and she was beautiful. Pam Grier, right? And even Angie Stone, she's beautiful. But me tell you, say, when you step into any apartment building, whatever rules that they have in that apartment building, that's the rules you gotta go by. It's sad, but it's true, people. As we proceed,
Well, I did a video for Pam Grier, if you're interested. Sadly, like many early rap acts, the sequence fame was fleeting. For a time, Stone kept her head above water by singing catchy commercial jingles. As she wrote songs for other artists, including Jill Jones, Matronics, and Lenny Kravitz, she hustled at Kiss FM in New York, a job that eventually brought her together with musicians Willie Bruno and David Bright. This collaboration birthed Vertical Hold, a group that, despite disbanding in 1995 after releasing two albums, made waves with their R&B hit "Seems You're Much Too Busy." In 1993, a track co-written by Stone herself and Curtis Khalil. Their self-titled album dropped in 1993, and while "Seems You're Much Too Busy" soared into the top 20 and a few other singles caught attention, it wasn't enough to secure a lasting career in music. Doubts began to creep in from her family. Her mother would often remark, "If God had meant for you to make it, you would have by now." End quote. A Stone
You see? Jesus, our mother, what me talk about? We can only be stars outside before we can be stars inside. Nobody give two crap about you until other people love you. Oh, that the dirty boy, that the giant boy, that them the you know much time you hear them things there. Where you think them things are come from? Just the fact say our mother said something like that, that may I try show you. We never have anything good to say to each other. Only the worst we can think of. As we proceed, people.
undeterred, pressed on with her songwriting, collaborating with legends like Al Green and modern R&B queen Mary J. Blige, proving that she was a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. In the late 1990s, the music scene was buzzing, and one name that would soon steal the spotlight was Stone. It all started when Arista Records A&R manager Peter Edge caught wind of her talent and decided to bring her to the attention of the legendary Clive Davis. Clive, always on the lookout for the next big thing,
You see that name I come up again. Clive Davis, eh? Clive Davis. Well, I guess we have to go do a highlight on Clive Davis, eh? As we proceed, people. I'm telling you, say, oh, I can't pay attention.
no time in signing her career to a solo recording contract. In September 1999, Stone unleashed her debut solo album, Black Diamond, a title that paid homage to her teenage daughter, Diamond Tiara. The album was a smash hit, receiving rave reviews from critics and climbing into the top 10 on Billboard's US Top R&B Hip Hop Albums chart. Black Diamond eventually went gold, certified by both the RIAA and the British phonographic industry, and featured the unforgettable track No More Rain in the Cloud, which soared to the top of the adult R&B songs chart. Stone's talent didn't go unnoticed. She snagged two nominations at the 2000 Soul Train Music Awards, solidifying her status as a rising star. In 2000, Stone made a strategic move from Arista to J Records, another venture led by the ever savvy Clive Davis. That same year, she recorded the catchy theme song for the UPN, the CW sitcom Girlfriends, and we know that's the best sitcom theme song.
Okay, and this show has been running on I don't know if it's still in, but I'm telling you, it's a good show. It's about these three strong black women who live and support each other. And again, it's I'm gonna tell you, it was a good show. And I didn't even know it was her who sing that theme song. And I guess I'm gonna have to go fast forward eventually before we get more copyright strike.
Out there. And it starred the lovely Tracy Ellis Ross. Also, she even made a cameo in a memorable episode, Blinded by the Lights. On October 16, 2001, Stone released her sophomore album, Mahogany Soul, showcasing her versatility by collaborating with a stellar lineup of contemporary R&B artists, including the likes of Alicia Keys and Missy Elliott. Critics showered the album with praise, and it debuted at number 4 on the US Top R&B Hip Hop Albums chart, while also making waves internationally. Once again, she earned gold certifications from both the RIAA and BPI. The album's second single, Wish I Didn't Miss You, became her biggest international hit, climbing to the top 10 in Australia and Belgium. and dominating Billboard's Dance Club Songs chart. Not to mention her duet with Calvin Richardson, More Than Women, earned her a coveted Grammy nomination for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal at the 45th Grammy Award. Stone didn't just stop at music. She ventured into film, taking on the role of Alma in musical comedy drama The Fighting Temptations alongside Cuba Gooding Jr. and Beyonce. In June 2004, she released her third album, Stone Love, which featured collaborations with heavyweights like Warren Campbell and Jazzy Faye. Stone took the reins, writing and producing half of the album's tracks herself. The album made a splash, debuting at number 14 on the US Billboard 200 and selling an impressive 53,000 copies in its first week. It also made waves across Europe, hitting the top 20 in several countries. The lead single, I Want to Thank Ya, featuring Snoop Dogg, became a top 5 hit in Belgium and marked her second chart topping entry on a US dance club songs. Fast forward to May 2011, and Stone was back in the spotlight, co starring alongside Nene Leakes in the play Loving Him Is Killing Me, which traveled from Washington, D.C. to Miami and Philadelphia. The production, written by Theo London, also featured Tyson Beckford and Christopher Williams, adding to the buzz. And in a crowning achievement, Stone was inducted into the Women Songwriters Hall of Fame in June 2024, a testament to her enduring legacy and impact on the music industry. Now let's talk about her relationship with D'Angelo. So during the 1990s, Stone was in a relationship with neo soul singer D'Angelo, and in 1998, they had a son named Michael D'Angelo Archer II. She told Essence, and I quote, "The criticism that D'Angelo and I received about our relationship only began once he became successful. What people didn't realize was that before he became successful, there was Angie Stone from the group."
Yeah, so she did a hangout with this man long before. And when this man came around, like, he was hot. In the music business, he was hot. Remember the song when them said he did one video shoot that, like, he was half naked in the video. I remember that song. It was a big controversy about that. They had a big talk about that. As we proceed, people.
Hold, a strong, beautiful sister who dated somebody who had not even crossed the threshold of the industry yet. When I was dating him, he wore glasses, had short hair, and his pants were hanging down to his butt. He was just a 19-year-old kid with big shorts, and nobody cared, and no one saw his beauty but me. Mind you, she was 31 at the time. And I told him,
He was 19 and she was 31. What me say? That brother there, him a 80-year-old and the woman must say what, 30? 40? One of them there. Yeah. If a man do it, it's okay, but if a woman do it, the man is old enough. The man is 19, she's 31. As we proceed.
"You are beautiful. I promise you, when your record drops, your lips are going to become famous, your eyes, everything will become famous." But he couldn't see it because his self-esteem wasn't where it is today. He didn't have an image, and his hair was really short, so I braided his hair with thread for his first album cover. It wasn't until Brown Sugar came out that people actually took a good look at him and said, "You know what? He's fine." Then all of a sudden, he's so fine.
Yeah, that was it that album? I think that was an album he dropped or a song, but that was like them times that a good music did have born, you know. Good music was like people artists did that they had first of all there's uh diversity. Like not everybody was doing the same thing, you know? And they had so much different what do you say? Sound, different voices in the music. You have many choices. That's why I'm telling you, now it becomes so. It's not even music we're listening to anymore. Did a DJ Frada did a bun some old school music, and trust me, when you hear the music, the man you say yes, it's true. Me say as we proceed, there, people.
He shouldn't be with me, end quote. And she did get a lot of backlash in recent years about D'Angelo, where there was like, was she grooming him? Because He was 19 and she was 31. The age difference was a lot. And then she described him as a kid when she met him. And she also described herself as taking him on as a mother figure. And then thus they ended up together. Reminds me kind of like my Diana Ross video with Michael Jackson. If you haven't.
Okay, and me hear Ninja Man say him call him wife mommy. So Ninja Man say, look, the next person next to your mother is your wife, right? So again, me tell you say all them people are selective in everything what them doing. It's critical, and the critic are usual condemners, executioners. Critical and dangerous and dangerous person, a dangerous position. As we proceed, people.
Me kind of like my Diana Ross video with Michael Jackson. If you haven't seen that, check that out. But that's pretty interesting. Comment below what your thoughts are. But she said, no, he pursued me. I didn't pursue him. So I was never that. It was never that between them. She did go on to say that. But Stone remembers an event in Manhattan in September 1996 that was billed as Giorgio Armani's tribute to D'Angelo. Stone, who was 13 years older than D'Angelo, was 3 months pregnant with their son at the time. They headed to the event together in a limo, but as they neared the venue where D'Angelo was going to perform, it suddenly pulled over. He was asked to get into another car where he would be escorted by Vivica Fox, which I did a video for also. Check that out. Stone says, her voice breaking slightly, the beautiful Fox had just appeared with Will Smith in a blockbuster Independence Day. It was a Hollywood moment. They wanted a trophy girl. I had to walk in behind them to flashing cameras. It started the wheels turning of what was yet to come. End quote. So yeah, Hollywood sometimes a lot of the people that you guys think are in relationships are not really in relationships.
They're in paid relationships, so it's all for the camera and it's all for the glamour and all of that stuff. I'm telling you, say sometimes for no little life better, much better than them people I want to see on TV. Because all there is just actors and entertainers, people. I keep on saying that. And the funny thing about it is she give up her position beside our man. I don't care if it's Vivica Vivica Fox, right? You're a man, you're a husband, you will bring him this far. Sometimes tell us that when women fight for certain things, they don't fight for the right thing. You see, this is the start of it, because once them treat her so the very first time, you don't know already. Always starts off with a finger, end up with an elbow. As we proceed.
A lot of the people that you guys think are in relationships are not really in relationships. It's pure, it just looks good because we, the public, are shallow. So a lot of people were shallow, like someone that looks like D'Angelo. Why were you with someone that looks like her?
Shallow, shallow, shallow. Shallow, shallow, shallow. Say it, people. Shallow people. No depth to them. As we proceed.
We, the people, are shallow like that. Hollywood knows that. They cater to what we are. Like, we are the problem. A lot of times I do these videos and I'm like, yeah, Hollywood is so toxic and problematic. How come they get away with XYZ? And then when you really peel the layers, it's really the consumers that keep these things going.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Me say, I want to promote them idiot channel, all of the idiot things them, all of the stupid things them, all of them things that I want to pay them people if you do them things that you guys promote these stuff. The people that want to do good, nobody no care about them. The people that want to do good, people want to see them do bad. Them now say keep up the good work. Them want say when your piece of old car go broke down, when your business are go close, when this are go happen to you. Hypocritical. As we proceed.
You really peel the layers, it's really the consumers that keep these things going, the type of degenerate music or movies or fake PR relationships and stuff like that. We don't even allow people to just be with who they want to be because we will roast them and we will drag them. And it was the people really that was like, oh, Angie Stone don't look like she needs to be with D'Angelo. Like oftentimes when we see one of our fine favorites, okay, they have a lot to say. It's just cruel, you know? So she had to bear the grunt of that behind the scenes, and to the point where they said it was better for him. It was a better look to be with Vivica Fox, and Vivica Fox was not interested. It was just like, okay,
A better look, quote unquote, a better look.
people thought that Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan was like a PR relationship and stuff. Like they use women that look like Lori Harvey or these gorgeous women to kind of build up. Because when other women see this man is attracting gorgeous women, their desirability it goes through the roof. And then it builds on their popularity and helps the studios and the labels make more money. And so oftentimes they pair these couples together to make them more money. It's all about money, you know? And then now
What she said? She said all about money. Really? As we proceed.
Angela was becoming fine. Everybody was like having eyes for him now. He's famous. Though she built him up to get there, according to her own words, helped him write his songs, etc. And then now seeing him get all this love, it was pretty hard. So Madonna, when Madonna turned 39, she asked him to sing happy birthday at her party. And one press report had her sitting on his lap and French kissing him. In fact, two sources say that ultimately Dee rebuffed her advances at another gathering not long after. At that event, the sources say Madonna walked over and told a woman sitting next to D'Angelo, I think you're in my seat. The woman got up, Madonna sat down and told him, I'd like
Jeez. Jeez. Yo. What me tell you say inna the ghetto this a girl head get bust up long time. The woman get up. Wow. As we proceed, people come tell us that sometimes through strength and anger, it's always at each other.
you're thinking. To which D'Angelo replied, I'm thinking you're rude. Ouch. So he did try his best to kind of like stay as faithful as he could with all that temptation and, play his role when people were blatantly being disrespectful to Angie, especially with this whole Madonna thing. But yeah, of course, it didn't last long. All of this eventually led to their breakup, and D'Angelo moved on with another younger and lighter woman and had a child.
Jeez, people. Yeah, now him get the bag of money. Just dash her to the curb, yeah? Till they say sorry for Maga dog, them always say. Sorry for Maga dog turn round bite you. But me did have a Maga dog, me did have take care. The dog did never bite me. Treat the dog they good. The whole the content up the dog. Yes, I guess. Yes. The dog didn't bite me, but yes. As we proceed, people.
So unfortunate. And Angie Stone told Essence, no, D'Angelo and I didn't make it. And he ended up with another woman and they had a beautiful daughter and everything is cool because if that's what you do, then that's what you do. But it doesn't discredit me because my inner beauty is going to surpass any chick in the game. Anybody who knows me know that I don't have a qualm about how I look because I'm so proud of who I am in the inside. When you have a heart like mine, I'll go up against the baddest one and it won't matter. End quote, period. I know that's right, okay? D'Angelo.
And that's true, people. Nothing beat a inner beauty. As long as you're not like arrogant with it or but you can see that this is a beautiful soul. Because I tell the same time the people and talk about this lady. The things that she's done for other people. Yeah. Sounds like my sister. She does so much with other people and at the end of the day. Again, she was lost in a car crash. My sister was lost in a car crash. As we proceed, people.
Unfortunately did fall on hard times and his game dwindled. His fame dwindled. He became an addict and gained a lot of weight and his music just wasn't hitting like he used to. The industry and labels needed someone to blame, so Stone claims she discovered a coordinated effort to damage her reputation. She said, and I quote, "It was told to me that they were single handedly put in charge of sending out letters everywhere to make people think that I was the cause of him being exposed to substances, to everything that could have gone wrong." She continued. Stone denied these accusations, stating, "I don't do
Propaganda. Propaganda. People, me tell you, say, right shoe, right shoe are the same thing, Are the same playbook, people. You see, them not have to change it, because it's been working for like what? How long? 400, 500 years? So what them have to change it for? What me say? Are we have to change it? As we proceed.
cases. I don't do any of this stuff that a lot of people have fallen victim to. I wouldn't want the chastisement from God for being responsible for breaking another person's gifting." End quote. And according to the brother singer, an industry insider had confessed to being assigned to destroy my credibility by way of making me look crazy in a relationship that was innocent and pure and real. End quote. And so, yeah, she got a lot of that. I couldn't imagine being famous, okay? I just couldn't imagine it. But despite all that, Angie was right about her personality being gold and having a heart of gold, because a lot of men in the industry were still very pretty attracted to her. Our very own Idris Elba, he said that Angie curbed him. She ended up curbing him, okay? He wanted to take their friendship to a relationship, and she wanted to keep their friendship and didn't want to be hated by the world again for being in a high profile relationship with a sex symbol. Like, she didn't want people to be like, "Oh, not with Idris." Imagine she got with Idris older, and people would just have a lot to say. So,
Yeah, the critic will always have lots to say, people. So that much I show you. If you keep on doing, do. If she did want there with this man, why there with the man? Make them say what they want to say. Cause if you deal with any what me say, your life is always people business. Why? Because them can't have your life. When your life I go good, that's when you see the critic them. This is when these people come out. I know that. Them people don't have your ability. Them don't have half a way you have. So the only thing they can do is just like them little puppy there. One bag of barking, but anytime the big dog bark, the whole of them have to shut up. When you not collect on a paycheck or collect on a award and you know get on a statue and disability for you and them things there, there's still gonna be a critic because that's all they can be. This is very important for the next generation. It's not about likes and tap up the screen. It's about you guys doing it for you guys to be the best. And let the critic them lie. Which part them lie? And catch flee. As we proceed.
going through that again. So she curbed him.
Really turned down Idris Elba?
I did. Idris and I were like sister and brother. We both had the same manager. And, the little crushing here and there. And I thought he was super, cute with his pearly white teeth. And so I'd heard many stories where he had told people, I know he'd been looking for me, told people he was really digging me and I won't give him the time of the day. He was smitten with me, I think, because I wasn't pushing up on him like that. I just couldn't do it. I had already had a high profile relationship with D, and so I really didn't want another one. And I just didn't want to be hated by the world anymore. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. Because of how beautiful he was, I became the ugly duckling. I became the overweight this, and my talent was viewed as zilch. And he don't need. I mean, I think like, why I got to be all that? Who wants to hear that level of negativity on a regular basis? No one wants to hear that.
Although you guys are in the public eye, you're human.
Yeah,
you're human beings.
My mom used to cry.
And that's much I show you. These are humans. But people and them peanut brain are not humans. Tell us that to be a human you have to have there's certain thing you have to you have to be. Manners, respect. Big up yourself, Alreen. There's certain things you have to be criteria you have to be a human. You can't just anybody can be a human. You have to have humanity about you. You have to have a soul. Definitely have to have a soul. As we proceed, people.
Right. And she said, I can't read that stuff. I said, Mom, put the magazine down. Don't pay that stuff. No, Mom, that would hurt me. That it hurt her so deep.
Didn't think about how it would hurt your mother
Yeah.
or your father or your children or
Yeah.
your immediate circle that love you.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
The last thing you want is a pity party. You don't want anybody feeling sorry for you. But people, they genuinely.
And that's the thing, people. That is the thing right there. Can't make these people take away your joy, your magic, your love. Then you definitely are going to end up being like these people. This lady's a beautiful lady. Boy, I'm not telling you, the struggles these people have to go through, right? It's sad, people. From the day you're born, you're a judge. And the judge them who judge you, I condemn you. You see the same thing me say, You see, our mother tell her, say, if she was supposed to make it, she would have make it already. And the same mother read the things them wanna get hurt from what them say about her. Right? And that me say, they're not gonna love you until you become a star outside. And then they go, oh, I forgot say, yeah, Marcus Garvey. Oh, I forgot say, yeah, Bob Marley. Oh. And when other people accept you, that's when them accept you. It's sad. As we proceed, people.
When you heard.
But okay, her heart was good. These men, even in some of her videos, you saw Will Smith trying to eat her up on camera. The men actually loved Angie Stone behind the scenes. But publicly, Hollywood won't allow you to love what you love. These beauty standards really, like, some men would be attracted to certain type of women, but because of the beauty standards, they hide that and just go and be attracted to what everyone else finds attractive. So there's no versatility in that, if that makes sense. Comment below your thoughts about that. But the industry loved doing her dirty. She recalled how her song Everything was given to Mary J. Blige despite initial resistance from both Stone and D'Angelo, who were hired as staff writers for the Arista label. She described the release as the ultimate disrespect, as it featured Blige singing over Stone's original vocals. Not only did she
You're My Everything. I know that song there by Mary J. That song is nice. But I'm tell you say all the 411 Mary J album when she come up, No More Jam. Them times the people did make good music, People were really making good music. But I'm tell you say once they start say, all right then, cut out all of them positivity and all of them uplifting thing there. This is what we're going with. This is what you guys have to start writing. That's where the control come in. Right? As we proceed, people.
but discarded once again because of her weight and looks. And they also did that with Jill Scott. Jill Scott was one of those people that was supposed to replace her, where Clive Davis actually came up to her and was like, I want you to develop these artists. So she was on the label developing the artists, and the artists were kind of stealing her essence.
The pretty people. That's pretty much what they're telling you. Yeah, that song, the whole album, But me tell them, I said it before. You see the people them who are in the limelight, the people behind them will never get the credit for that, what they do. Because you see, them have our talent, and them are kind of chip our talent and I give it to other people. I steal our style. Instead of them promote her just because of Holly one looking weird. Skinny and
was
pale.
said to, according to Angie, start to wear her hair like Angie Stone and kind of replace Angie Stone because she just had she was lighter, and features wise, she was the prettier version of the bigger girl, according to the label, which is ouch. So they wanted her to, Angie Stone, that is, to develop these artists, to kind of give these artists her essence. while keeping her in the back burner and not paying her for it. They weren't even paying her for developing these artists. And a lot of the younger and newer artists would come to her for advice, songwriting and a style to like steal her style, but they wouldn't even give her credit for that, which is just so shady. But that's just how the industry works.
Okay, and the next thing, look, if they had their own record company, their own thing where we can produce and create, we own, like how we did before, right? And then we just drop in at the lap of just control. Everything has to go through all of these. You get a little bit Burkina Faso, the same thing. The people that used to extract everything and sell it back straight back to Burkina Faso, right? And now develop the country. That's the same thing with with the music industry, all of them things here. I mean, I always say when we had our own, when we have for it one, it was always the best. Because everybody had pride. Black power, everybody had pride. So with all of them pride they gone. Where's them the fire what we used to have? Entertainment. As we proceed, people.
How the industry was.
So I kept seeing someone's head stick out from behind the beam. And I said, somebody's in here. And so I ignored it for a little while and I kept rehearsing. I saw it again. And so I made them stop the music. I said, somebody's in here. I don't know who that is. Lo and behold, I made them go and see who it was peeping from behind the pole. None other than who we learned to be was Jill Scott. She had not dropped a record yet, hadn't come out. But I had never heard of her at this point. But lo and behold, I would eventually find out that she was basically shadowing me, following just what was going on with me because they were getting ready for her to drop her project. And I guess it was just destined for her to see just who or what lane she would be going in. And Angie Stone just happened to be the person that was in that lane. Wow.
People, the conveyor belt. The people them have somebody else to replace you a long time. And the people them will replace the original, you know. The people them plan to replace the original. Ah, boy. As we proceed.
And of course, she came up to me, she spoke, and she said she's a fan. She spoke to my musicians. And once again, I didn't have a clue who she was, but she stayed and she watched my rehearsals. And I'm like, And so as time would go on, I would, run into a lot of the people in New York that knew Jill and some of the people that worked for, her label, her company. Of course, I was already out. Black Diamond was a huge success. And I was playing Central Park. And they had asked me, could I allow for people to join my stage? Well, I said, of course, because I'm never, like I said, I'm never intimidated by anyone. So
Jesus, people. You see how kind and loving we is? All of them bring me to the slaughterhouse. All of them bring me to the slaughterhouse. So I say, yes, of course. Your knife is not sharp enough. Let me sharpen that. Eh? Little by little, the people them are bringing these people to steal our style, right? To imitate her, to get our feelings. You know what I say? To fit in our skin, in our energy. Ah, boy, I'm telling you, say the woman just willingly do it. I'm telling you, say the last video when I drop on her and where she say, oh, for forgive these people. Nice, it are wash with some of them people they are looking for thieves in thing right now. Yes, sir. It's never too late for a shower of rain. Oh boy, as we proceed, people. The lady I wish good for all of the bad people, them I wish bad for her. That's why me I send out the karma for all of the people them want do bad. No sir, we can't give no good. We no deserve no good. Good people deserve good. Bad people deserve bad. As we proceed.
Time, I invited Jill Scott, Petey Pablo, and Guru, rest in peace. They all joined me, and they had an opportunity to do their thing. Get on the stage. Central Park was packed. They were laying out on the grass, and everybody was just in their moment. It wasn't until about a year or so later that when I went back to the UK, my hair and makeup team over there told me that her team, not Jill, but her team, wanted all of the people that did my hair, my makeup, and styled me in the UK to do this. They wanted my team to work for Jill Scott because they wanted the same attention. That's the part that made me go, As it would have it, Jill became a huge success. I love her. I think she's phenomenal. We were both scheduled to perform at an award ceremony, and we were doing sound check. They wanted to do a dress rehearsal. Same that carried for over here, I guess, is over there. So I walked out on stage with a tie-dye dress on for my part to say, this is what I'm wearing. This was my TV moment. And Jill walked out from the other side of the stage with the exact same dress.
Jesus. You're a clown, lady. You're a clown. They cloned you a long time ago. They cloned you and then they clowned you at the same time. My goodness, eh? Miss. Jeez. So Jill Scott is a carbon copy of this lady. And I heard Jill Scott. She sings pretty good. But everything is taken from somewhere else that's not given credit to. Wow. As we proceed, people.
I was like, oh my God. And so I'm like, how did she wait? Because I went to a company called Machine at the time that was in Brooklyn to get my dress made, and apparently they did the same thing. So one of us had to change. So of course, I wanted to be that person that was not going to let a dress stand in the way. The dress that we had was beautiful, like brown, burnt orange, and red tie dye. And I went and changed into a pink with gray tie dye two-piece suit, so that we would.
If you're looking to start a unique
That is so wrong. That is so wrong. And a she got cheat. Me tell her say, yo, but me tell them just a push her and she just they just pushing her off. When she fight back, when is she supposed to fight back? Now me understand some part of her story and everything. It's like she was just okay, go ahead. Okay, you can do that. You can do okay. I don't mind. But sometimes you have to say, nah man, me have to draw the line, yeah. So this is my show, this is my thing. The people then copy the woman, clone out the woman. Oh, jeez, man. Jeez. So them times that when them music come out and I hear all of them great music and things saying, oh, these people are great people. Them people are shiesty.
So that we would be different. Shortly after that, her team was very versed and had a lot more connections than my team. She was on Essence magazine cover with the exact same dress on, even though I still wore my dress for shows. I could not get the credit for wearing that dress first because at that particular time, the Essence magazine being her, the cover.
Yes.
So by the
Yes. I trust me, I understand the lady's story. Now I'm seeing I'm actually seeing her life story. How she have to fight with her dignity. She have to fight them people with her dignity. But me say sometimes you have to get loose. You have to everything. The last thing what them talk about is Sony World incorporate our entire money in a for them. Jeez, this a one lady will never fight for fear one to blows, you know. She didn't fight for nothing, even she just give it. Really sad, you know. As we proceed, people.
I did get my cover to Essence magazine was after many covers that they had done. They put a big picture of just my face. It was all lips and teeth. It was a beautiful picture, but it was so up close on the magazine that if you didn't know me, you would be like, "Who is that?"
Yeah, I remember this, and it looked like it looked like a clown face for real. Cause when you see when the mask came out with a brother the name again, Jim Carrey. When he come out with a movie there, that's what it looked like. So it's like them really a clown her upon the magazine again. Wow. Lady beautiful, you know, but them try to make her, boy, I may tell you, you know, them people here, and try to paint this lady to take everything what she have. And they did. As we proceed, people.
It was too close for you. You know, you didn't see any hair. You just saw face, eyes, nose, mouth, and teeth, and these big lips that had Baruchka lipsticks on, which is a burgundy lipstick, and these beautiful white teeth, and that's all you saw. I'm very grateful for the magazine. Somebody can probably put it, but the beauty of it is there was a picture in there that I absolutely adored with Shaka Khan and myself. I still love that picture to this very day. If I can find it, I will upload it so you guys can look at it. But I started a trend because at that point, everybody started wearing the tie-dye dresses. And I just felt like I did not get the full use of that.
Jesus, man. I mean, remember in time they come out with a color thing there, you know. It the pink, red, white one, that one was shocking color, trust me. The pink, red, and white color. And black. Yeah, man, the tie dye the days when that did come out, man, that was not shock. You see, sometimes the people them start the trend and they never get credit for this trend where them start. Then look on somebody else and say somebody else create it. As we proceed.
Of that tie-dye vibe out. So that is my secret revealed for Miss Jill Scott.
She did go on to try to find love again after D'Angelo and started dating Ashanti, who was her fiance, Ashanti Graves. And unfortunately, he was like, while they were engaged for the 3 years, he was already married and had a newborn child. And he was also younger than her. And just so she was always in a messy thing. And then when she was on the show R&B Divas ATL, he was on the show also, but she allowed him to become manager. And we know how that goes. Every time I do a video for these women and they allow their boyfriends or men to be their manager, it always goes crazy, right? But he became her manager and they were on the show R&B Divas ATL. And he was caught like trying to be with one of the staffers, like having a whole affair with the staffers. She, of course, fired him as our manager and dumped him, but it just wasn't working out too well for her in the love sector. And she did have some legal troubles where she was arrested at her home in Georgia in March 9th for allegedly, beating her daughter, reports the Atlanta Journal Constitution. So Stone reportedly knocked her daughter's front teeth out with a metal stand. And she was 53 at the time. Her daughter Diamond was 30 at the time. And they got into what started as a verbal fight over the daughter not cleaning her room. Stone says she didn't know she hit Diamond with the stand. And once she realized this, she quickly put the stand down and attempted to get away from Diamond. Mother and daughter having differing stories, however, according to what Diamond told police, Miss Angie Stone started getting in her face, telling her she needed to leave because she is tired of her. And after being hit by her mother, Diamond walked away from the altercation to call police. The women were both taken to the DeKalb County Police Department. Diamond was questioned and released, and Stone was charged with DV, aggravated assault. And she did speak about this incident.
So them charge the woman in our own house to defend herself. Well, if I were Messi and she a 30-year-old and she live with her mother, well, she's still a kid. As we proceed, people.
On the Steve Harvey Show.
And when you have an altercation as such, you can bite down on your lip, and if a tooth is already brittle and decaying, it's coming out. You know, when you fight and you like this, you're doing something with your mouth.
See, Angie. Let's talk about your oldest, your daughter.
My baby. My daughter is exactly like me in every way. It's just that I'm a little bit more humble than she is in certain situations. Diamond would chop your head off and spit it out. So we started going to church and found out some spiritual.
And that she need at this. She said that chop it and spit it out. She needs some of that to fight them people. She's too laid back with all. People them just take advantage of her. Rob her left, right, and center. Poor lady.
That needed to be dealt with. We needed to focus on God more. We needed to really lay the law down in terms of where we belong spiritually. I can tell you we are closer now than we've ever been. Back then, I thought she was jealous. I thought she was angry at me for something. Always coming with the story that I went away and left her, but I didn't leave her. I took very good care of her. And my mother and father raised her more. You know, it wasn't until her desire to be a singer came full frontal, and she thought it was almost virtually possible for me to just take her and put her in the spotlight. But I told her, you have to work for it. She thought that, you know, I could put her on. And it wasn't that simple. So the clash.
Trust me, it's not that simple. I could go to my boss and ask him if he could get a job. But trust me, I can't give you a job. Because I might not have a job if you get a job. Yeah, I've been in that situation before. Oh, people, as we proceed.
Began. And by the time we finished tussling, she had bit down her own tooth. But that was a perfect story to tell, to have an excuse for why your tooth is missing. Just telling your mama knocked it out.
I thought Angie Stone was good with the right and the left. Don't get me wrong.
Please don't get me wrong. I have hands. I have to be mindful when I'm dealing with my daughter.
Now, unfortunately, Stone passed away and was killed in a car accident near Montgomery, Alabama on March 1st, 2025 at the age of 63. She and her band members were traveling in a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter to Atlanta following a Mardi Gras concert in Mobile, Alabama, when it overturned on Interstate 65. The vehicle was then hit by Freightliner, a semi-trailer truck. Stone was the only one who died.
In breaking news tonight in the music industry, Grammy-nominated rhythm and blues artist Angie Stone has died. The singer died in a vehicle crash in Montgomery County. She performed at the Grand Marshals Ball in Mobile last night, and she was heading to Atlanta when the crash happened. 9 other people were in that vehicle.
I'm about to ask Chat.
Yeah, people. And trust me, there's 9 people in the car, you know, and she had the younger person will drop out. Right? Remember, you know, she on part 2 of when she did that talk, she said these people owe her a lot of money. Right? People sometimes I tell you say we live in this world, but we don't live in here. We're not part of this world. As we proceed, people.
That vehicle. No other details are known about the other people in the van or the circumstances surrounding the crash.
Perhaps most alarming were Stone's claims regarding her finances. In another resurfaced video posted on January 2nd, Stone alleged that Universal Music had taken her royalties for years. A lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much have been stolen, she claimed. I'm truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time, because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago. Stone vowed to pursue legal actions, saying whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children, my grandchildren, they're going to have to give me my money, end quote.
For some people, they might be happy that it happened to me, because everybody don't wish good things for you. Some people wish bad things for you. It has been.
And that's true, people. Some people don't care. Let me say, some people don't care. I just want to make sure, say, you're bad and they're good. And then I heard that her daughter is doing a GoFundMe because, again, she has no money. As we proceed, people.
Heck of a ride. This last month, the enemy was trying to take me out. He was really trying to take me out, and I'm constantly in prayer for God to forgive the people that have wished me ill will or done anything to remotely get in the way of the gift of sharing with my fans. Okay, so I am truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, money that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part.
Following the release of these videos, fans have
Burkina Faso, people. People, them just take out all of the minerals, everything, and I put back nothing. As we proceed, people.
questions about the circumstances of Stone's death. One person tweeted, Angie Stone was speaking about how Universal and Arista taking her royalties, taking everything she literally owned. If you know about the death clauses in the industry, if you know, you know, end quote. After a clip of Stone's confessions was posted on Golden Era Stories Instagram page, veteran soul singer Shaka Khan commented, the nastiest business on the planet. We are all victims, she added. God bless and keep you, my sister. You are already missed. And I did a video for Shaka Khan also where she always exposed the industry. She could care less, okay? I love that for her, and I'm glad she's still here with us because, they love to silence people that expose the industry like that. But that's all she do. So check out that video also. One person had a slightly different take. She performed because she had to make a living. She fought for her legacy. And if those people had paid her money, she wouldn't have had to tour. And there's a huge chance that she'd had still been alive, end quote. At the time of her passing, Stone was actively performing. Her booking agent, Mark Green, told Atlanta Black Star that the night before her death, he had confirmed 4 bookings for her from April to July. On the day she died, Stone was traveling from Alabama to Maryland for another performance. And this reminds me of a video I was watching from Lovely T on this. And y'all know Lovely T love to keep it real. Shout outs to my girl and all the T sippers that are watching also. But she did a video talking about this with Angie Stone, and she raised a very great discussion piece to me where I was like, that is true. It's how come these people in the industry never seem to be able to retire? Like they just have to keep working. I did a video on Michael Jackson also where he spoke about that, exposing Tommy Mottola, etc. And I did one on Lisa Left Eye Lopez. All of these people, they just had to keep touring, keep working, and they just could not retire. And Lovely T also
Yeah, them retire age is 95 years old, people. And our retirement age is 75, I think it is. And anytime you retire to death. Anytime you retire, it's like, I don't know. It seems like, say, you're not supposed to earn nothing. It's crazy, people, but it's true. As we proceed, people.
And Lovely T also put the link between how Angie Stone's death is very similar to Lisa Left Eye Lopez's death. And just, I'm going to share the snippet of that section of her video for you guys, and you comment below what your thoughts are.
Let's not forget that she died in a car crash, just like Lisa Left Eye Lopez of TLC. Remember, in that car crash, there were 7 people with Lisa. Lisa was the only person who died. In this car crash, there was 9 people with Angie Stone. Angie Stone was the only person who died. And both of those numbers, 7 and 9, are very powerful numbers. Let's also not forget the number 9 means the end. On top of that, there's a picture with her and Erykah Badu. And I found it very interesting, the hat that Erykah was wearing. The hat says, "The end is not the end." And she's wearing that hat next to Angie Stone. Now, I'm not particularly sure when they took that picture, but I just found that very interesting that that picture has appeared online. And, you know, what her hat says is very telling. So on top of that, it's always interesting that when a lot of these artists come out and they start speaking the truth about the industry, somehow they end up in some type of freak accident. And it's very interesting that so many artists...
Freak accident. A freak and accident. I don't know if them two things that can go in, but I'm telling you, so when time them put two words together, you have to question the words them. But as we proceed with the freak accident,
years have called out UMG. They've called out Clive Davis, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and TLC. They went to Clive Davis's office to confront him. And Diddy was also the one who played a hand in snitching on them and letting Clive Davis know that they were coming up there.
I mean, every time an album gets sold, TLC gets 50.
you see, P. Diddy. As we proceed, people.
So 10 million records, $5.6 million. The record company has spent $3 million to record your album. And in the record business, we pay all costs back to the record company. We have $2.6 million left. Well, guess what? You're in about...
Yeah, people. So all of them find out them things, they say, all of them glitter is not gold because the amount of money when them floss and everything. They have to pay for production. They have to pay for marketing. They have to pay for... Like, they have to pay so much money. So when it comes down to it, the artists them barely get nothing. So enough of the artists them say them rich. It's not just rich off of music. They have to be doing something else to keep up the lifestyle because the industry doesn't pay them. It's all of the people them outside of the industry that get paid. Which means the artists them are real food. As we proceed.
Guess what? You're in about the 47, 48, 49% tax bracket. So that immediately gets deducted to $1.3 million. You split the rest 3 ways. You got about $300,000 a piece. Is that? I can buy a nice house with that. And what am I going to pay my bills with?
Not forget that Michael Jackson was also calling out the music industry, calling out Tommy Mottola, who was once Mariah Carey's husband.
Like Mrs. Sharpton was saying, people from James Brown to Sammy Davis Jr., some of the real pioneers that inspired me to be the entertainer that I am. These artists are always on tour because if they stop touring, they would totally go broken. It's been, the record companies really, really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the Black artists. Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very, very, very devilish.
And what I think I find the most sad is that this woman was still on the road performing at 63. Angie Stone was 63. And one of the points that she made around the 8-minute mark, she says she should have been able to retire 20 years ago. And I agree with that. So many times these celebrities are fed to us as being the epitome of making it. They're wearing these glamorous gowns, they're on the red carpet, they're going to all these exotic places. But isn't it interesting that these people are getting older and older and they're still having to perform? Something is not right. But it's very interesting that these celebrities that we have been taught to worship and put on pedestals from the time that we're children, they are all still out here performing and struggling. It makes no sense to me. If you guys don't know, recently there's been a lot of conversation on TikTok and on Instagram about Mary J. Blige and Mariah Carey, who are both on tour. Mary J is 54 years old. Mariah Carey is 55. Both of these women, with what they supposedly made from, you know, their album sales and tour sales, they really shouldn't have to be out here singing and forcing.
That's what I'm saying. What Mary J. Mary J. Blige has been around since like, yo, I told you she put out a few albums. I forgot to do that on our album sales and stuff like that, cause there's no way these people can retire and live a good life. Why? Work until they just drop dead or crash dead. Those unscared people. That's why people love entertainment so much. It's better not to see what's real. But we're real. As we proceed.
And tour sales, They really shouldn't have to be out here singing and forcing themselves to dance. There's literally video of Mariah Carey looking like she's checked out. You know, she looks tired. She can't dance. She can't keep up with her dancers. Mary J. Blige is the same way. She's still doing that same old two-step, but now she's looking more tired. Her feet look like they hurt. She's having to sit down in the middle of performances. You know, Ron Isley, he's still performing on the couch.
Mary, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to move around. You sexy, just sit there. Be like Ron Isley. I done seen him 4 times. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. You know, as you get older, your body is deteriorating. You're going through a lot of health problems. These people should be able to rest in their old age. They shouldn't have to be straining their vocals. Let's not forget the video of Celine Dion that went viral not too long ago because she couldn't hit a particular high note. And she literally broke down kind of crying on stage because she feels like she doesn't really have it anymore. They're older now. We can't compare them to when they were in their 20s and 30s. But my question is, why are these people not allowed to retire comfortably? What is going on in the music industry that these people in their late 50s and 60s are still out on the road having to perform?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm never really think of that still, you know. All them people are happy when they can just, like, what about the royalty and stuff like that? These people are supposed to be like advising young people, not out. As we proceed, people.
Performing is a lot of work, you know, not only memorizing the choreography, the songs, and, you know, I'm sure a part of them loves it. But as I'm looking at this with a fresh set of eyes and as I'm getting older, I'm like, these people are tired. Why are they not able to just retire comfortably and live off of the money that they've made in their 20s and 30s, like the so-called average person? You know, what is going on in the industry that they're still being forced to perform? I mean, this is just insane to me. At 63 years old, Angie Stone should have been chilling in bed, you know, eating some bonbons, retired, and living off of the money and the sweat and the tears and the blood that she put into this industry. There's no reason that this woman should have to still be out here touring. You could tell she was tired from her last live stream, the things that she was saying. I should have been able to retire 20 years ago. That really stuck out to me because she should have. That lady has put in work. Because guess who else is not out here working and busting their ass? Clive Davis. He's being driven around by chauffeurs, acting like he doesn't know what's going on. He's living his best life while these people are still having to work on stage. And I think back to that interview of Ed Bradley interviewing Bob Dylan, and he asked him, you know, like, why do you still do it? Like, this man is in his 60s. Why are you not retiring and, you know, just enjoying your life and what you did? And he basically comes back and says, you know, the commander-in-chief of another world down below won't allow him to retire. Go ahead and refresh y'all's memory.
Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
He did that interview in his 60s years ago. Do you guys know that Bob Dylan is now 83 years old and he is still on tour? He has a scheduled tour in spring of 2025 at 83 years old. Something ain't right in the music industry.
Yeah, isn't it strange? But this is the dark side of the industry that I tell people about. Nothing is new under the sun in Hollywood. It's just so unfortunate. At 63 years old, she was touring like this when...
This is what I'm saying, past, present, and future. It will never change unless we change it. That's a crazy thing, you know. This is why it feels like a deja vu over and over and over. It's the same thing. The Truman Show. As we proceed, people.
I don't know about you guys, but most 63-year-olds I know, or the people that are pushing up that age, they're not working this hard because touring is difficult. Being on a tour bus, sitting that long, and then they typically perform at night. They're not performing during the day. These people I don't know about you, but I'm nowhere near 60, okay? But I'm getting up there in age. I'm nowhere near 60. But even me, after 10 o'clock, I'm ready to close my eyes. I have to fight to stay up, okay? If I stay up any later, I'm all messed up the next day. Okay, and I'm nowhere near 60. So
it's funny, but it's true. What I know, at them time they are me a yarn. But again, tomorrow for me is, you know, I'm up early and I have to travel far. So, but when you reach a certain age, trust me, you know, I think about to go take a shower, get dressed, and go party. Take a shower, get dressed, and go sleep. As we proceed, people.
So I can't even imagine when I'm hitting those ages how tired I'll be. And these people are out here performing and never stopping. It's like the devil will give you what you want, but he will suck you dry when you get it. And a lot of these people, like Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, etc., a lot of them had to take a lot of heavy medications just to sleep. They had insomnia because not only were they being tormented by these demons, but they could not sleep. They had to take uppers, medication to stay up that late. When you're that old, you performing at Vegas trip or this or touring like that, you got to take a lot of stuff to keep you up, which is called uppers. In my Judy Garland video, Judy Garland had to take uppers just to stay up when she was doing the Wizard of Oz. And so these uppers will stay in your system to now at nighttime you can't sleep. You're up, you're wide awake, you can't sleep, and now you got to take downers, like you got to take medications that's going to put you to sleep, like almost like tranquilizers, heavy duty stuff. And then now the tranquilizers are in your system for a period and you got to wake up early to go do interviews, so they wake you up with more uppers, and it becomes a cycle to where your brain is now damaged. You start having, like, your brain starts to deteriorate and melt in a sense, and you become cuckoo crazy, according to the media. You see these people acting crazy sometimes and like they lost their mind. Well, yeah, they have, because for years they've been taking medications to get them up and medications to keep them asleep, and both medications staying in their systems. They become addicted to it, and that's because the system overworks them, because the labels, the studios want to make all this money and they pocket it for themselves. They're not even giving it to those people. And then a lot of people is like, well, why don't they go get regular jobs? Why don't they walk away? I always give that example that imagine if Michael Jackson or Beyonce were to quit doing music and decide to go work, right? I don't know, go work at a doctor's office, or I don't know, your local Walmart. Do you honestly think that would not be a security hazard for them? A lot of these people can't quit. They're too famous to quit, literally. There's a lot of people that could get away with it. Like if you're a D-list celebrity, you could get away with it. No one would care. They travel with no security, whatever. But there's a certain level you reach. Those ones that, like the Whitney Houstons, the Michael Jacksons, the Elvis Presleys, that had all unfortunate deaths. And I did video for all of these people. They cannot quit. You've reached a status where you can't even go to your local McDonald's without attracting a crowd of people that will probably want to kidnap you, do you harm, or just obsessed, crazed fans.
So even the people that will love you want hurt you, craze fans, like, well, they're fanatics, and they're not fanatic for no reason. That's what I'm saying, though. Even when you give them what they want, they still want you. That's weird. It's like people can't be satisfied with nothing. Just say, yo, this world is not a real place. This is not real. This can't be real. It's a madness. As we proceed.
Want to break into your home. Imagine if Chris Brown or Rihanna had to walk away from the industry. What are they going to do? They know that they're stuck with the lights. They have to pay for security for the rest of their lives, unless they fall off really, really badly and no one cares about them. Even then, you've reached to a point where you can't fall off. Even if you stop working today, even if Rihanna, when was the last time she put an album? These people can not work for the rest of their life and they will still be relevant. Beyonce could not work for the rest of her life and she would still be relevant, to the point where they just can't quit like that. They always have to keep the money going. And you reach such a level of fame where you always have to have the best security. You always have to live in a secure, secluded home. You always have to, now you can't just go to the average restaurant and sit at your local, I don't know, SDK restaurant or whatever, where so many people are around, you have to now maybe get the private rooms or pay. Like the lifestyle becomes expensive. And to keep paying for that lifestyle because of the fame that comes with it, there's things you got to do, and that's to sacrifice your age and time. So a lot of us are insensitive when we think and look at it like, oh, they're just greedy trying to get our money. Hey, these people, it's unfortunately what comes with the fame. And when you want the fame, you have to think of these type of consequences, and it's so unfortunate. And for a lot of them, like Miss Angie Stone, you guys see they put in work in the industry. She was writing for your faves. A lot of your faves were coming to her. Like even Diddy once came and asked her to pray when he was having his legal troubles way back then. You know, hey, Miss Angie Stone, can you pray for me? A lot of these people loved her until they didn't. They were in her face until they weren't. No one stood up for her. And what's unfortunate, she did a song for Black men. Yeah, I have to go there. I'm sorry, because I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But she did a song for Black men, right? Talking about how much she loves them and she supports them and this and that. And Angie loves you and this and that. None of these Black men stood up for her. None of them defended her. None of them helped her get her money back. None of them looked out for her. And she had all of them all up in her videos, all these celebrities. Y'all can go check that video out. It made me cringe because it's like she was always showing love, but not receiving the same amount of love. And that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. Okay. It's a dog eat dog world out here. And sometimes you really do have to protect yourself, your sanity, and be there for those who are there for you. Okay. And as Christians, we love everybody, we're there for everybody, but not the expense of our own soul and our own health and well-being. That's not even biblical. So it's unfortunate that she was that type of person. She put everybody on, even D'Angelo. And when he got up, he left you. All the men she was with, she would help them get up, give them the position, the status, the clout, the lifestyle, and they will leave her. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. But comment below your thoughts on.
So unfortunate, people. It's so unfortunate. Some people give so much and get nothing back in return. That's why I'm saying thank all of you amazing ladies. I always say thank the ladies them, because trust me, you save me so much time. Right? Much love for all of you. Because trust me, you deserve love. You deserve the respect. People, I say, I just open up these books and trust me, there's so much different characters and twists and turns, and it's like it's an adventure every time I turn on my life, because it's something worth listening to, something worth understanding. Thank you, people. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we do a late night live tomorrow night. Depends how I feel when I reach in from the putting to rest. People, sometimes it's not easy, but we just have to continue the journey. Manners, respect. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you, people, for the rerun. I'm out.